In Sunamganj 2 constituency, a BNP candidate even visited a Hindu temple, signalling inclusive outreach. Meanwhile, a Jamaat candidate praised Hindus for promoting education, underlining the battle for minority confidence. At a time when Bangladesh is ravaged by protests, violence and killings, Bangladesh's high-stakes electoral contest has entered the final leg with identity, history and voter outreach at the center stage. It's Saurabh Gupta in Dhaka, Bureau Report, NDTV. We shift our focus to Southeast Asia, where Japan's political landscape has shifted and how. Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi and a Liberal Democratic Party, or the LDF, have delivered a historic landslide, to say the least. They've logged in two-thirds supermajority in the lower house of the parliament. From a viral trend to bold policies, the electorate has lapped up all of our promises. The results also bring sweeping first, staggering great gains, and a crushing blow to the opposition. This report tells you all you need to know. It was a long election night and a short road to history. By early Monday, projections confirmed it. Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi's Liberal Democratic Party had secured a two-thirds supermajority in Japan's lower house on its own. The LDP surged from 198 seats to 316, the party's strongest performance in the post-war era. Together with its coalition partner, the total climbs to 352 or 465 seats, far beyond the threshold needed to override the upper house.
私は柔軟性が取り柄です。ですから野党からの方々からいいご提案があったらしっかり受け止め、ただ財源は野党の方々探してくださらないので、その政策を実行するための財源も含めてしっかり考えたいと思っています。
The election delivered multiple firsts. Japan's first female prime minister now commands her first natural election victory, and the first time the NDP has held a supermajority without coalition support. The win hands Takaichi broad authority to pass budgets, fast-track legislation, and also control every standing committee in the lower house. For the opposition, it was a brutal reversal. The Central Reform Alliance collapsed from 167 seats to just 49, wiping out decades-long strongholds and triggering questions about party leadership.
そういう意味で、今回小選挙区の方で大変厳しい状況になっているのは本当に忸怩たる思いでございます。
Smaller parties saw mixed fortunes as well. Sansito posted major gains, while Team Mirai entered the chamber for the first time. Turnout was dampened by snow and freezing temperatures, but early voting surged, a sign voters made their decisions early. With this mandate secured, Takaichi is expected to be reconfirmed as Prime Minister next week. Her grip on power now firmer than any leader in years together. As the results tricked in, so did the messages from world leaders, including PM Modi, who not only congratulated Takaichi for a landmark win, but also underlined the sheer importance of Japan-India ties. For now, it seems like Japan has chosen a new direction, giving its first female prime minister her first electoral victory. However, how this plays out for Japan inside the parliament is yet to be seen. Bureau Report, NDTV World. We now shift our focus to Hong Kong, where a court has sentenced media tycoon Jimmy Lai to 20 years imprisonment. Lai is the founder of Apple Daily, a pro-democracy newspaper that has in fact since shut down. The 78-year-old was convicted under Beijing's national security law on charges of foreign collusion and seditious publication. He's already spent more than 5 years in jail as we get to this broadcast while the case moved through court. Lai's family and lawyers meanwhile contend that his health is failing, warning he could die in prison. He suffers from heart problems and high blood pressure. Western governments meanwhile and even rights groups have called for his immediate release, calling the trial totally unfair. China rejects the criticism and says that the case has nothing to do with press freedom. In fact, Jimmy Lai is also a British citizen The sentencing is being seen as a strong warning to journalists in Hong Kong and elsewhere in the world where press freedoms have sharply declined. Shifting our focus to Latin America, where Bolivian police destroyed cocaine processing infrastructure in the central Cochabamba on Sunday. Now, according to the Ministry of Controlled Substances, cops destroyed several cocaine laboratories in the region, considered a stronghold of former President Evo Morales, a prominent cocoa grow union leader there. According to the police reports, the Chapare is one of the most insecure areas in the country, with mafias linked to cocaine trafficking operating there. Listen in.
Estamos dejando el primer mega laboratorio que se ha encontrado aquí en esta zona del Chapare, del trópico de Cochabamba. Se va a proceder a incendiar y a destruir una estructura del narcotráfico.
Central-left socialist candidate Antonio José Seguro recorded a thumping victory over hard-right populist André Ventura in Portugal's runoff presidential election Sunday. According to official results, with 99% of the votes counted, in fact. Now, Seguro won a 5-year term in Lisbon's riverside Pink Palace with an astounding 66.7% of the votes, compared with 33% for Ventura. Now, Seguro, a long-standing socialist politician, positioned himself as a moderate candidate who will cooperate with Portugal's central-right minority government, repudiating Ventura's anti-establishment and anti-immigrant tirades. We get you more.
Esta vitória não é minha, é nossa. É de cada pessoa que acreditou e tem esperança num país melhor, num Portugal moderno e justo, onde todos somos iguais nas nossas necessidades e diferentes nas nossas liberdades. Um país que avança sem deixar ninguém para trás.
Stay with the geography, where Venezuelan opposition leader Juan Pablo Guanipa on Sunday was abducted soon after being released from prison. That's right. Now, Guanipa, one of the closest allies of opposition powerhouse Maria Corina Machado, had been held at a detention facility in the capital, Caracas. His abduction comes as the government of the acting President Delcy Rodriguez is facing mounting pressure to free hundreds of people whose detentions months or years ago have been linked to their political beliefs. Over in the US, there's a super face-off over the Super Bowl's halftime performance. That's right. President Donald Trump has slammed Super Bowl 60's halftime show, calling Bad Bunny's performance one of the worst ever. That's right. Now, the show, which was performed entirely in Spanish, clearly did not translate for Trump. He claimed nobody understood the words, disliked the dancing, and somehow also blamed the NFL kickoff rule as well. Well, with that, it's time we head into a short break. Much more lined up on the other side. Don't you go anywhere.
This is Yemen right now. Years of conflict have left the health system on the brink of collapse. Children in Yemen face war, hunger, and disease. Yemen may seem far away, but there is something you can do. To find out how you can help, search UNICEF Yemen online or text Yemen to 84903. £10 could help provide life-saving therapeutic food for a child for a week. I've seen UNICEF's work and the difference your gift can make for children. No child should ever die because they don't have enough of the right food to eat. We cannot stand by and do nothing. So please, search UNICEF Yemen online or text Yemen to 84903 and help save a child's life today.
At Vodafone, you can get our Unlimited Plus plan for only £24 per month, meaning you can save a huge £216 on unlimited data, calls and texts. Hurry, offer ends the 18th of February, so go in-store or online today. Vodafone.
Be a good girl now. You're my special girl.
Go on, you can show me. You promised. Remember? You can't back out now.
You don't say a word to anyone. This is our secret. 1 in 20 children in the UK has been sexually abused.
No one has to know.
It's appalling to even think about, but it's real. For many children, contacting NSPCC's Childline is the first step to ending sexual abuse. But we need your help to answer their calls, today and every day. Please call 0800 652 0072, text Child 5 to 85525, or go online to donate £3 a month to the NSPCC. Right now, real children are facing abuse they don't know how to cope with. Please, help us make it stop.
And now it's your chance to be a millionaire. Play now from just 50p or enter for free by post at winamillion.com.
Today, Polestar released. Tell us what you saw.
I didn't know what it was. I'd never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything move like it. The tech was amazing. It was like out of this world. Did it come from the stars? I don't know, but it had one on it.
Welcome back. On to updates from the world of business and technology, where India and the US have recently announced the father of all trade deals, and an interim agreement has also been thrashed out. This next report tells you all you need to know.
A historic day in US-India ties as the longtime allies agree on the framework of an interim trade agreement. The framework opens new opportunities for Indian exporters and marking a step toward a broader bilateral trade deal. Under the deal, the effective US tariff on Indian goods will drop sharply to 18%, down from punitive levels of 50%. This move is expected to bring immediate relief to Indian industries, particularly textiles, leather, plastics, and organic chemicals, by making exports more affordable and competitive in the world's largest consumer market. Looking ahead, certain high-value Indian export segments, including generic pharmaceuticals, gems and diamonds, and aircraft parts, are likely to gain duty-free access once the interim pact is fully concluded. On the flip side, India has agreed to remove or lower tariffs on a broad range of US industrial products. These concessions ensure India's manufacturing ecosystem has access to critical inputs. The framework also emphasizes regulatory cooperation. Both sides will work on aligning testing standards and certification processes, which could significantly reduce red tape and speed up trade flows. Importantly, sensitive Indian agricultural staples like wheat, rice, dairy, and poultry are kept out of tariff cuts, protecting farmers and rural livelihoods. This framework is a game changer for Indian exporters and manufacturers, opening doors to new markets and reducing trade barriers. Now, all eyes are on the ratification of an interim agreement, which both India and the US intend to negotiate quickly. Bureau Report for NDTV World.
Shift our focus to Japan, where Tokyo's Nikkei 225 share index just jumped as much as 5% to a record on Monday. Now, this comes after Japan's Prime Minister Sanae Takehachi's governing party secured a two-thirds supermajority in a parliamentary election. Takehachi is expected to pursue market-friendly policies, having declared that she will work to make Japan strong and prosperous by reviving its sluggish economy. Markets across Asia also advanced, with South Korea's Kospi surging 4% and other benchmarks also gaining over 1%. The gains come after US stock market rode back on Friday as technology stocks recovered much of their losses from earlier in the week. And while Bitcoin, it has also halted its plunge. Listen in.
Well, certainly today the reaction in the market was extremely positive, and a Nikkei 225 up around 5%, which was slightly more, actually, only a little bit more than the futures had discounted on Friday night in Chicago. So the market was already expecting a very strong rally on the back of this. And I believe what it is a real sense of a vote of, well, obviously clearly a vote of confidence for Sanai Takaichi and the LDP that they can actually deliver on the promises they've made to invigorate the economy, make investments into strategic industries, and then on the household front to reduce inflation and basically put more money in people's pockets. So overall, as the LDP has gone from a very weak government that really couldn't do anything to an extremely strong government now with a supermajority in the lower house, they really do call the shots.
Over in the US, Joyous fans packed the streets of Seattle on Sunday night after the Seahawks won the Super Bowl. The Seahawks won the franchise's second Super Bowl, and defense was the driving force behind this championship win. Devon Witherspoon, Derick Hall, Byron Murphy and the rest of Mike Macdonald's ferocious unit pummeled Drake Maye in Seattle's 29-13 win on Sunday at the Levi Stadium in California's Santa Clara. Sam Darnold tossed a touchdown to pass to A.J. Banner. Kenneth Walker III ran for 135 long yards, and Jason Myers set a Super Bowl record by making 5 of his field goal tries. Seattle's dark side defense helped Darnold become the first quarterback in 2018 draft class to win a Super Bowl. Here's more. Over in Eurasia, Ukraine sports minister has decried a potential softening of restrictions against Russian athletes, where they might ultimately be able to compete in the future under their national flag rather than as individual neutral athletes. At the Milan Cortina Olympics, 13 Russians are competing as individual neutral athletes, meaning that they formally aren't representing their country. They cannot wear any Russian symbols and won't hear the Russian national anthem even if they win a gold medal. Get your reaction.
Because of more than 800 sports facilities was totally destroyed or seriously damaged. Because of the more than 600 our coaches and athletes was killed by the Russia. How you can ask the athletes, people, the citizens of Ukraine, do not talk about it? It's strange. Of course, we not encourage the athletes to make some statements, but this is our internal position. This is our conditions, which we live this 4 years.
The World of Entertainment Super Bowl 60 kicked off with pre-game performances, including the Star Spangled Banner, sung by Charlie Puth, and America the Beautiful, sung by Brandy Caroli. Singer-songwriter Puth delivered a sweeping and soulful rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. The 34-year-old from New Jersey stood at a Rhodes electric piano as he sang and was backed by a choir and horn selection. Music Grammy winner Brandy Caroli stepped onto the field with a guitar and sang an acoustic rendition of America the Beautiful. San Francisco Bay Area punk pop vets Billy Joe Armstrong, Mick Durnt, and Trey Cool, aka Green Day, took the stage and performed a medley of their hits, including Good Riddance, Time of Your Life, Boulevard of Broken Dreams, and of course, The American Idiot.
Brandy, you said you were overwhelmed. How are you feeling now?
Oh, relieved. I'm so excited for the Seahawks, baby. Let's go.
Bad Bunny performed at the Super Bowl halftime show Sunday, paying tribute to dreamers and reflecting on how far he has come. The global superstar delivered a high-energy 14-song set anchored in Spanish language hits before surprising the crowd by bringing out Lady Gaga for a salsa-inspired performance of Die With A Smile. He performed entirely in Spanish, as all of his music is recorded in the language. However, he has also collaborated with English language artists. The only English singing came from Lady Gaga that changed at the end of this set when he said, "God bless America," and then named countries in the Caribbean, Central and South America. And my motherland, mi patria, Puerto Rico, in English. My homeland, Puerto Rico, we are still here. Listen into Bad Bunny.
Bless America, sea Chile, Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay, Bolivia, Perú, Ecuador, Brasil, Colombia, Venezuela, Guyana, Panamá, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala, México, Cuba, República Dominicana, Jamaica, Haití, las Antillas, United States, Canadá, a my motherland, mi patria. Puerto Rico. Seguimos aquí.
And as Pakistan's World Cup match boycott continues to create headlines, get set for a big twist. That's right. Now, as per sources, Pakistan is likely to go back on their boycott decision. Sources have also revealed that while some PCB officials are open to playing the match against India scheduled for the 15th of February in Colombo, board chairman Mohsin Naqvi remains uncooperative on the matter. Now, this comes after Emirates Cricket Board has written to the PCB reminding Pakistan of their help. Emirates Board in the letter stated that Pakistan needs to stand up for the associate nations. Meanwhile, Pakistani officials met ICC officials in Lahore over the boycott, while the PCB held another meeting with Bangladesh Cricket Board. Now, in the meeting, ICC warned Pakistan Cricket Board about the consequences of their boycott, while the Pakistan Cricket Board chief Mohsin Naqvi remained defiant and said a decision will be taken after meeting Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. Meanwhile, listen into my colleague Boria Majumdar.
Support to the Pakistan Cricket Board. Now, it is important that Pakistan stands up for the associate member countries and also sort of does its job as a responsible member. And it has gone ahead and said that as a family member of the ICC, it requests Pakistan to reconsider its stance and go ahead and play the India game. Even Pakistan media is kind of, if you whoever one is in touch with, is saying that the match is likely to now happen. Again, no further pronouncement has come officially from the Pakistan board. After the meeting, there was no media briefing as such. The ICC also no media briefing as such. But what is transpiring is that they will take it back to the Pakistan Premier. They will take it back to the Pakistan Prime Minister. And thereafter, a formal announcement is more than likely. It is everybody I have spoken to is telling me that the announcement is not too far away. It's not going to be too long. It's not going to be stretched till the 13th or so. Most likely between today and tomorrow, the clarity or the announcement should come. That's where the matter stands at the moment. Who are the people who played a part in this? You have seen photographs of Imran Khwaja in Pakistan, Aminul Islam Bulbul, Mohsin Naqvi, Salman Nasir, and Mubashir Usmani, from what I understand, was on a virtual link. Mubashir Usmani's role is important. Mubashir Usmani is the head of the Emirates Cricket Board, and like I told you, the Emirates Cricket Board has indeed sent a letter, very much, and that's a kind of very much on the lines of the Sri Lanka letter. Let me read out the text of the Emirates Cricket Board letter or something that I've got. So here's what I'm getting from the Emirates Cricket Board, that Emirates Cricket Board has long-term rapport with Pakistan and in the past have accommodated Pakistan by giving them our venues and organize their cricket. Pakistan's latest decision of not playing the World T20 match against India will hurt the game, and most member countries, especially the associates, will suffer financially. As a family member, we request the PCB to reconsider the decision and find an acceptable solution. That's the kind of text of the letter from the Emirates Cricket Board that we are getting, that has been sent to Pakistan.
And well, that's all the news and updates we have for you this Monday. Take care and have a wonderful day.
Looking for funding that fits your property and business needs? Punjab National Bank International Limited, PNBIL, offers bespoke property-backed lending for unregulated residential buy-to-let and commercial investment loans in all asset classes, as well as financing for care homes, hotels, and trading businesses, subject to status. Visit www.pnbint.com or your nearest branch for more details.
Children face such unbelievable challenges these days. Bullied at school, unsafe homes, and now dangers online too. Children are vulnerable and they deserve our protection. That's why I'm leaving a gift to the NSPCC in my will, because I really want to make a difference to protect children when I'm gone. It's simple to arrange. The NSPCC's free Gifts in Wills guide explains how easily you can leave a life-changing gift. The guide shows how a gift can help stop abuse and protect the next generation of children.
Request your free guide today to find out more about leaving a gift in your will to the NSPCC. Just call 0800 702 2955 or search NSPCC Gifts in Wills.
Leave the most powerful gift in your will. Leave the gift of a safe and happy childhood.
If you won't do it for you, do it for your dog, who's upset you didn't hear his whining.
Book a free hearing test at bootshearingcare.com.
I don't sugarcoat. I shoot straight and tell you stories the way they need to be told. Unfiltered, unafraid, unmissable. That's how I roll. Watch me, Priyanka Deo, on NDTV World. Namaste.
When facts are fragmented, we put the pieces together. Where power collides with truth, we are there.
Behind me is that massive security arrangements that are in place.
Behind fractured boundaries, we clear the fog of war. Fault Lines with Gauri Dwivedi, only on NDTV World.
Stories that define the day from every corner of the planet. I'm Arjun Samar Mahindran, and this is the Monday edition of the World Report. With just days left for Bangladesh's high-stakes election, the campaign battle is heating up on the streets as well. PNP chief Tariq Rahman is leading massive rallies, the sharpening attacks on Jamaat. This as both sides fight over history, identity, and even minority vote. In a race made sharper, or ever sharper, if I may, by the absence of the Awami League. My colleague Saurabh Gupta gets you this ground report from Flashpoint Dhaka. As the political temperature rises ahead of the most anticipated Bangladesh polls, PNP chief Tariq Rahman addressed massive rallies in Dhaka. With Sheikh Hasina's party being barred from contesting elections, the main contest is between the BNP and the Jamaat. Highlighting the key promises of the BNP manifesto, Tariq Rahman has sharpened his attack on the Jamaat. To counter Jamaat's campaign, Tariq Rahman is invoking memories of 1971. Positioning itself as the guardian of the Liberation War legacy to counter the Jamaat's campaign. In response, the Jamaat has hit out at dynastic politics, directly targeting the BNP leadership and questioning its very political inheritance.
Tariq Rahman, of course, has enunciated and articulated his policies very clearly. There's been a focus on welfare, there's been a focus on agriculture, irrigation, digging of canals, but also what he's very clearly enunciated is his foreign policy and how he wants to view and build relationships with other countries, and that includes neighboring countries. Now, he's made it clear, Pindi noy, Dilli noy, Shobar Age Bangladesh, which translates into not Pindi, not Delhi, but Bangladesh first. So that's, of course, his policy. Shobar Age Bangladesh has been the campaign theme almost of the BNP.
With less than 4 days to go before polls, both Jamaat and the BNP are eyeing a share of the Hindu vote, especially closely contested seats. In Sunamganj 2 constituency, a BNP candidate even visited a Hindu temple, signaling inclusive outreach. Meanwhile, a Jamaat candidate praised Hindus for promoting education, underlining the battle for minority confidence. At a time when Bangladesh is ravaged by protests, violence and killings, Bangladesh's high-stakes electoral contest has entered the final leg with identity, history and voter outreach at the center stage. It's Saurabh Gupta in Dhaka. Bureau Report, NDTV. We shift our focus to Southeast Asia, where Japan's political landscape has shifted and how. Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi and a Liberal Democratic Party, or the LDF, have delivered a historic landslide, to say the least. They've logged in two-thirds supermajority in the lower house of the parliament. From a viral trend to bold policies, the electorate has lapped up all of our promises. The results also bring sweeping first, staggering great gains, and a crushing blow to the opposition. This report tells you all you need to know. It was a long election night and a short road to history. By early Monday, projections confirmed it. Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi's Liberal Democratic Party had secured a two-thirds supermajority in Japan's lower house on its own. The LDP surged from 198 seats to 316, the party's strongest performance in the post-war era. Together with its coalition partner, the total climbs to 352 or 465 seats, far beyond the threshold needed to override the upper house.
私は柔軟性が取り柄です。ですから野党からの方々からいいご提案があったらしっかり受け止め、ただ財源は野党の方々探してくださらないので、その政策を実行するための財源も含めてしっかり考えたいと思ってます。